How is it going, everyone? It has been far too long since the release of the last Digimon story game. We had the release of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory years and years ago, and while we did have some other Digimon games be released, most notably Digimon Survive a couple of years ago, a big narrative-driven RPG is something that we have been missing for quite a while, but that is going to be changing with the release of Digimon Story Time Stranger, a big-budget Digimon title. And I want to take you guys through some of the general information before you spend your $70 on the game, or all the way up to $120 if you are looking to pick up the Ultimate Edition. And we will break down every edition of the game so you can decide which version to pick up, but I'd be remiss if I don't mention right off the bat that the game is heavily discounted over at our friends at Green Man Gaming if you are looking to pick up a PC and Steam copy of the game. The Standard Edition is 16% off for $58.79, the Deluxe Edition 16% off for $84, and the Ultimate Edition 16% off for $100.79. Also, on top of the discount, you won't pay tax either. You'll get a Steam key directly, and I will go over the inclusions in each edition at the end of this video alongside some other PC-specific notes. But let's talk about Digimon Story, and you know what? Before I get into some of the details and some of the key aspects of the game, there is a free demo that's available on all platforms, PlayStation Store, Xbox, and PC. Go and download the free demo. That's going to be the biggest sell that you can have on the game. It's the introductory portion of the game, and your save will carry over into the final game. You'll go through some of the battles, you'll see some of the world, and I feel like it's a pretty good introduction into the game. So check that out. I've had a few friends play through it themselves, and they've been sold on it just by playing through the demo. And as I mentioned at the top, this is a $70 premium RPG. From the last Digimon story game, it is having a lot of improvements. Better visuals, more variety in the world, English voice acting, which I think is a big deal. Some people are okay with just having subtitles, but the fact is, this is a game that is trying to bring in the more casual Digimon fans as well, and I think having English voice acting is a big deal. A narrative focus will be there with Digimon Story Time Stranger as well. The game notes the latest in the Digimon story series is finally here. This RPG unravel a mystery that spans across the human world and the digital world, collecting and raising a wide variety of Digimon to save the world. And when you play the demo, you'll have an introductory Digimon to pick of 3 Digimon, and then throughout the game, you'll be acquiring several more Digimon in your adventure. Digimon Story Time Treasure is an RPG with monster taming elements that explores the deep bond between humans and Digimon in an epic story that unravels the mystery of the world's collapse. Embark on an adventure that spans across the human world and digital world, collecting and raising a diverse array of Digimon. It's an epic story of connection set in Tokyo, Japan. For part of it, an agent of a secret organization encounters an unknown creature shortly before a city-leveling explosion. Then they reawaken 8 years in the past. Take on a mission to uncover the mystery of the world's collapse, where chance encounters with unique characters will shape your journey across time and parallel worlds and change fate itself. Adventure between worlds and time is a big aspect of the game, where you will journey between the parallel human world and the digital world, where Digimon themselves are going to reside. And throughout the digital world, you will have a wide variety of different environmental locales with a variety of different Digimon there, and they are trying to make those worlds feel more alive. If you go back and play Cyber Sleuth, yes, there was a little bit of variety, but it also did feel a little bit mundane. I feel like they've gone above and beyond as far as adding to the depth and variety of the different worlds that you're going to explore within that digital world, and hopefully the execution in the final product is as good as what we've seen thus far. See the digital world and its intricately detailed realms like never before, with interactive elements and special quests to explore. You've got strategic turn-based battles. There's going to be a lot of depth in the gameplay, and a lot of that is going to come to how you utilize the various Digimon, whether that be using elemental abilities to your advantage, different skills to take into battle, how you customize and utilize upgrades, and also a big aspect of the game is the bond between your main character and the Digimon, and how you utilize the agent abilities alongside your Digimon abilities and using them in conjunction with battle to add more depth and options in terms of how you tackle each individual battle. Enjoy dynamic turn-based combat that combines strategic elements with evolved battle components. More than 450 Digimon and deep customization options provide limitless ways to approach the challenges of battle and reveal the strengths of the bonds formed with your Digimon. And again, you'll have north of 450 Digimon to acquire, and you'll be able to take advantage of some of the different Digimon that are available to you right off the bat. Now, when you start the game, and as I mentioned, there is a big story focus to it. You'll be able to pick your playable main character, and then you're off to the races. And whether you've never played a Digimon game before, or you're just discovering the world of Digimon for the first time, they're really designing this game to be one that can be an introductory option. The protagonist of the game is an agent of a secret organization called Adamas, which specializes in investigating and resolving paranormal phenomena. Now, you'll also be able to pick your playable main character. You've got Dan Yuki, the male playable main character, and Kanan Yuki, the female playable main character. And then you pick your character, and you'll be thrust right into the story. The story itself is set in Tokyo, Japan. It begins in a section of Shinjuku that has been sealed off by the government, where you encounter a mysterious creature, that, of course, being a Digimon. The Digimon becomes your first ally, and you will have the option to pick your first Digimon, and you have an option among 3 different Digimon to pick from: Gomamon, you've got Patamon, and then you've also got Devimon, and of course you'll be able to take advantage of various Digivolutions throughout the way, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. You'll have that Digimon as your starter, and then right off the bat you will be acquiring more and more Digimon, and throughout the story, your investigation unfolds through a series of strange events that culminate in a mysterious explosion, and then again, you come to and find yourself 8 years in the past. From there, your journey will take you across both the human world and the digital world as you fight to prevent the collapse of the world itself. At the heart of the story is a bond that transcends time and worlds, a core theme that has always been central to the Digimon franchise. In particular, pay close attention to the relationship between 2 key characters, and this has been showcased a lot in the promotional material, but Inori Misono and Aegiomon, those are 2 characters, not the main character, and Aegiomon is also a major character throughout the story, and that's alongside your main character. The bond between Inori and Aegiomon is one of emotional pillars of the story and one of the key aspects of the story as well. They're featured in a lot of the promotional material, and the story itself is completely original for the game, so a fresh and compelling experience waits for both old and new fans alike. Whether you've played the previous Digimon games, whether you have no attachment towards Digimon. A lot of the people that are picking up this game, like myself, have that long-time attachment towards Digimon. But if you're a fan of the Digimon designs and you just want a compelling JRPG with a focus on the story, you're gonna find something here with a lot of strategic depth in the gameplay as well, and they've reiterated that fact over and over again, that this game is one that they're really creating to draw in new fans. The hardcores are always gonna be sold on more Digimon content. Like, you don't have to tell us to sell us on Digimon, but for the casual audience, you know, maybe you're a fringe fan of Digimon, this is gonna be a worthwhile game to check out with a lot of content and a lot of depth to its gameplay. During your journey, you will travel between the bustling streets of Shinjuku and Akihabara and a wide variety of areas within the digital world. The bulk of the exploration is going to take place in the digital world, and the depth and the gravitas to it, again, a lot of that is going to be in the digital world where you'll encounter various Digimon, and it seems like they've put emphasis into having a lot of charm and depth to the characters you encounter as far as the Digimon themselves go. In previous Digimon story titles, most of the action took place between the real world and cyberspace, but in Time Stranger, you'll be able to fully explore the digital world brought to life with a new level of detail and environments never before seen in the series. And all of that is coming directly from producer Harasan on a deep dive video, and the amount of variety has been highlighted as well. The towering trees of the Great Forest and the breathtaking open waters of the Abyss area, each map offers a unique look and a different style to it as well. And one of the highlights of the game is that each area is home to different Digimon species with their own stories and motivations. You'll have optional content for there to go through, and a diverse and colorful cast of human and Digimon characters, surely adding to the depth and excitement throughout your journey. In Time Stranger, the familiar elemental damage system seen in other games is there, and there are 7 attributes in total. You've got vaccine, virus, data, you've got free and variable as well. A lot of different attribute options and what attributes you take into battle to counter enemies. That's a core part of the strategic thinking. And then you also have 11 elements on top of that: fire, ice, plant, water, electricity, steel, wind, earth, light, dark, and null. And the affinities will have their elemental resistances, and you can also have abilities that do even more damage or no damage whatsoever. You'll want to bring up the right matchups of attributes and elements, and you can unleash even more powerful attacks that way. Strategic customization, also a big aspect. Each Digimon has its own signature special skill that you can also equip interchangeable attachment skills on top of that. The right combination based on each battle's conditions will be key to victory, and you've got a brand new feature in this game as well, a cross action. By syncing the agent's Digi device with their Digimon, you can trigger a powerful support action or follow-up attacks doing even more damage. It's a system that lets you truly feel the unity between the player as well as the Digimon, and one of the greatest appeals of Digimon is the evolution, and that evolution isn't a straight line. You'll have options in terms of what Digivolutions to take advantage of, and a single Digimon can Digivolve into multiple different forms, and not only that, you can unlock new Digivolution paths throughout playing. And also, you'll be able to de-Digivolve when a Digimon reaches its growth limit, but opening the opportunity for different Digivolutions to be acquired as well. By Digivolving and de-Digivolving, Digimon can carry over certain parameters and their bond points with the player, and you can create the ultimate Digimon with a variety of different attributes and abilities, and the ability to raise their talent, which increases their level cap as well. The agent also is going to be growing alongside their Digimon, the agent being the player, and as you complete missions, you'll level up and unlock various skills that affect Digimon training and stats. Your own growth plays a vital role in your team's growth as well. And new Digimon can be obtained by defeating enemies in battle to increase their scan rate, and then using Convert to add them to your team. It's pretty simple in terms of how to get more Digimon. Again, when you play the demo, you'll get a good idea about acquiring the Digimon. I don't know if everybody's going to be all aboard on the mechanic as far as acquiring Digimon. It's pretty simple and straightforward, and I think it works well for the style of game that it is. The more you battle, the more Digimon you'll be able to recruit, and the more options you'll have for training, incentivizing you to continue battling more and more. And now, while there are over 450, you don't have to acquire all of them. If you want to have a core party and you want to train them and customize them to the best of your ability and take them into battle, yeah, that's an option that you'll easily be able to do. But if you want to mix and match and utilize the best Digimon for the best scenarios possible, you'll be able to train a wide variety of Digimon and figure out which suits you the best. We also got insight into the first major town that the protagonist encounters, and that is the Central Town. And that gives us a little bit of insight into how much depth is going to be in these areas that there's going to be a variety of, but again, they've went in depth on the Central Town, the first city in the digital world that you'll visit. Throughout there, you'll find different Digimon and feature shops where you can pick up essential items for your journey, as well as a stylish bar where Digimon gather and hang out. That kind of acts as a bit of a hub world, and it's there that the protagonist is going to get a mission from the Digimon who governs the town to investigate a mysterious disturbance, and it goes from area to area with a wide variety of missions that are gonna be available to you, and they designed that with a hub world with some depth to it and a lively soundtrack that makes you feel ready to take on your next quest. And while the battles themselves on the surface seem fairly simple as far as how they're designed in the turn-based role, you know, you've got your weaknesses and your resistances, but on top of that, when you get to the boss fights, those are going to feature unique mechanics that you won't encounter in regular battles, adding a little bit of variety whenever you do get to those boss fights. They specifically highlighted the Parrotmon fight. Lightning strikes are going to be hurting you, but if they hit Parrotmon, he heals. It's those types of unique mechanics that you'll encounter in the boss fights. And normally with that fight, you'll need to tough it out, but there's a hidden trick. Bring a certain Digimon and you can stop his healing, and it's up to you to figure out how to do that and how to handle the variety of boss fights. That's just a little bit to the depth that is going to be available in the game. And then as far as exploration goes, again, you'll have optional content, you'll have discoverability, and as far as specifically going from place to place, they did put out a Digi Ride trailer and showcasing that you'll be able to ride various Digimon. It's not essential, it's not something that's a core fundamental aspect to the game, but it will be an option that is available to you. And before we round out this video, again, I do want to highlight the additions that are available. The base game is $70, so this is quite a hefty price point. If you do pre-order the game, all editions, you'll get the uniform of the school. For the main characters, you'll get Black Agumon, Black Gabumon, and the adventure item set. On top of that, that includes 3 medical sprays, 3 multi-recovery, 3 full revival spray, an attacker attachment, and a garter attachment. The deluxe edition, which the deluxe edition is where I feel most people are gonna go to, because that does include the season pass. The season pass is gonna include new content get an additional Digimon in episode pack 1, 2, and 3. They haven't specified exactly what's tied to that as far as what Digimon and how the episodes are gonna transpire, but I imagine it's because it's linked narratively and they don't want to spoil anything. That's just at least what I'm gathering from that. And on top of that, you'll get a season pass bonus of a farm item and a deluxe edition bonus of the costume cyber sleuth set. The ultimate edition will include all of the aforementioned content, and you will get the costume pack. You'll get a costume swimmer set, costume chosen children set, costume Digimon set, costume public safety suit and special supplies set, cyber sleuth BGM pack, and the early unlock special Agumon and Gabumon will be available there as well. They've also revealed some new DLC. Now, this is separate, the Digimon anime song pack. So yes, these are literal songs from the anime. That's gonna be pretty cool, but generally speaking, Bandai Namco has done this with other games, but this will be a separate piece of DLC that will be available, so keep that in mind. That is the anime song pack, and that'll be implemented into the game as well. The base game is, like I said, $70, deluxe edition $100, ultimate edition is $120, and if you are playing the game on PC and Steam, Green Man Gaming, check them out, link in the description box below. You'll get it 16% off, and you can get the deluxe edition even cheaper, and that is the edition that I would gravitate to if you are going to pick up one of the higher end editions, given that that does include the bonus content. That is going to be substantial content by the looks of it. I do want to also note that this game is Steam Deck verified, so you'll be able to fully play it on the deck. Not to say that it's a blowaway game from a visual standpoint. I think it looks good and I think the art style works well, but being deck verified, that's definitely a good thing. And then for minimum system requirements, you're looking at an Intel Core i5 8400 or a Ryzen 5 3600, 8 gigs of RAM, a GTX 970 or an RX 580, 27 gigabytes of available space, so a pretty easy install there, and that's for 1080p 60 FPS at low settings. Recommended is an i7 11700K Ryzen 7 3700X, 16 gigs of RAM, GTX 980 or an AMD Radeon RX Vega 56, 27 gigabytes of available space, and then that is for 1080p and 60 frames per second on PC. Now, it should be noted that Digimon Story Time Stranger will be running at 30 frames per second on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. Look, there's been some controversy attached to that. I think the game should be running at 60 FPS based on how it looks. It's not like this is a super technically impressive game. I like the art style, and I think it works well for the style of game that it is, but given the system requirements, it's just a little jarring to see 30 FPS. Now, to be fair as well, it's a turn-based JRPG. Is it the end of the world that it's not 60 frames per second? No, it's not a fast-paced first-person shooter or something like that, but still, I feel like 60 FPS should be the standard, and seeing 30 FPS isn't ideal. But again, a lot of people aren't going to have a problem with that. And it is noted on PlayStation 5 around 19 gigabytes, 25 gigabytes on Xbox, and Steam is noting 27 gigabytes. That number is going to fluctuate a little bit. And we should have an idea of the exact install size closer to release. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts. Get Digimon Story Time Stranger on PC a little bit cheaper in the link in the description box below. Look, I'm so excited for a brand new big budget Digimon game. And I love Digimon Survive a couple of years ago. We covered a lot of that game, but I know that game didn't resonate at a high level. I would love to see a follow-up title to that game, but this is the Digimon game that I think will have a little bit more casual appeal, and I am happy they added English voice acting, since I think that's an important aspect to get the wider audience into the game. Officially out on October the 3rd. Have an eye on it. Definitely excited for it. That's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.